What's up, guys? Martin from Golden Paydirt Reviews. And we got another shipment in and another bag of Paydirt. And this time it's from the famous Gold Bay Company. And if you guys are subscribers of my channel, Patreon members of my channel, and loyal followers, you know I've done Gold Bay a few times already. So Dave from Gold Bay already knows me very well. Even I used to bid on his Motherlode penny channel auction site, so he knows me. So I had to get away from him realizing who I was. Probably won't even sell me Paydirt no more. So I had to make, instead of using a decoy and buying through them and I made a decoy myself, and I started a whole new thing. And now my name is Marty Schottenheimer. And if you know who Marty Schottenheimer is, that is an old coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, my favorite football team. So there is no more Martin Mastrangelo or Golden Paydirt Reviews. I've started a whole new email and a whole new name to get away from using my email address associated with Martin Mastrangelo. So this is the way I got this Paydirt. I don't think, because he does like this little letter, this little application before you buy the Paydirt. And if I think I would have put my name and my email address in there, it would have red flagged it. So anyway, let's get into what I got here. So I got Gold Bay's Rare Red Clay Colorado Mine Paydirt. And the description of this Paydirt reads as followed. This is a very unusual and limited supply of Paydirt from my gold mine in the Colorado quartz. This dirt comes from historical diggings on the first level, which is 80 feet underground, and we have been finding that this red clay-like substance contains the most gold that we found in the tailings, so the chance of random gold is definitely there. All these bags contain 1 gram guaranteed, which is gold that I do add to make sure that you're getting what you pay for. And you can add as much as you want in the options. And he has many, many options for you to add 2 grams, 2 grams large, 5 grams, 2 grams of quartz, 5 grams of quartz, and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so this bag of Paydirt cost $49 with $8.75 shipping for a total of $57.95. Now, Gold Bay has the absolute cheapest bag of Paydirt per gram on the market. So you're going to get the highest ROI for the dollar spent against the gram at what current market rate is. Because if a gram of gold is $42 and he's selling it for $49, you know, there isn't a big, huge profit to margin ratio for him. But there is at the same time, because he's the prospector collecting the gold. And I've said this countless times in my reviews, the prospectors have a different loss to income ratio as a person who was actually physically buying the gold to seed their bag. Their loss ratio is considerably different to what someone would be actually seeding the Paydirt with bought gold. So we got over that plenty of times. So I always hold the prospector to a higher standard. Anyway, beyond that, this is Gold Bay. This is their nasty red clay, rare red clay Colorado Paydirt. I've seen this before, and it is some nasty, nasty stuff. Even the Paydirt I had before this, and before that, was some nasty stuff, and that wasn't even the rare red clay Paydirt. It was just a bunch of big rocks with some super fine dust, a total mess. But what's the absolute good about this that I find different about Gold Bay, that this is actually true material. Meaning the other material he used to fill his bags of Paydirt with was basically filler. It was nothing to do with placer gold, like going to a river and getting quartz and getting garnets and stuff like that. This is actually Gold Bay's first time he's selling a Paydirt that is actually real lode mine material or river or stream material. So this is basically a mine material, which is going to be very, very dirty, but a possibility of finding some extra gold there may be. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that. No matter what, I am guaranteed 1 gram of gold in this bag. Shipping wise, shipping was absolutely fantastic. I think this was like 5 days to my front door, maybe 6. Not really. I think it was just 5 days at my front door. So there is no complaints on shipping. Shipping packaging is typical Gold Bay. This bag, and then in this bag is the Paydirt. This bag has already got 2 holes that I had to tape up, which you can see tape here and there's tape on the other side. So this bag is not the best bag to put Paydirt in, unless, you know, it's not that, it's probably just as good as a Ziploc bag, but the problem is that once you pop a hole in it and you don't see it because it's purple, unlike a clear one, dirt can fall out. So I'd give him the thumbs down on the purple bag that he uses, but it is what it is. It gets the job done for him. He does sell a lot of Paydirt, so in his eyes it works. His customers don't care. A+. The writing does not come on the bag. I wrote on this bag, so I would have the numbers right in front of you guys so you can see. Beyond that, let's get to weighing this up, and then we'll classify it, we'll pan it, and the whole 9 yards. So I'll be right back with those results. Hold up for the weight on. All right, guys, weigh up time. Let's see what this weighs, and let me get into a little about it. This is his rare red clay Colorado Paydirt. 3 pounds, 0.4 ounces. So we got a little over 3 pounds. I searched high and low on his website, and there is no actual description of how much this Paydirt is supposed to weigh. So right now it is just 3 pounds. There is no description of how much it will weigh at all. If I find something on the website throughout this review, I will let you know. But from from the past reviews I've done, I've knew his bags were 3 pounds. I checked back in my videos. So he does sell 3 pounds of Paydirt. Just doesn't have it on the website, which I will write him after this and say, you don't actually tell us how much it weighs for this rare red clay Paydirt, but if you can, please state somewhere in the description that it is 3 pounds of Paydirt. If he listens to me, he listens to me. If not, oh well. See you guys soon. Let me classify this. I'll be right back. So I just finished classifying Gold Bay's red clay Colorado mine Paydirt. And this stuff is tough. I mean, like, this is some really crazy Paydirt. It's pretty much clay. Clay balls, red, you know, just going to be a total nightmare. But what I had a hard problem with was when I was classifying it, the plus 10 material. Let me stop real fast and go over the classification, then I'll get into some conversation. So this is my plus 10. You know, not a crazy amount right now. It's the lowest out of the 3. This is my under 10, over 20. And this is my under 20. And that's it. I didn't do the 40, 60, 80, 100. I just went under 20. So this is my under 10, over 20, and my under 20. And that's where most of the material is. So let me real fast tell you, when I first got into classification, this whole thing was full. And I mean, I literally broke it down. What I did was I got a big bucket. I put a whole bunch of ball bearings in there and nuts and bolts and heavy items. And I just started whamming it back and forth crazy and broke it all up because most of it was just big, huge clay balls. Also, a lot of it was decomposed in bedrock, like super decomposed. So it was soft like clay. It formed the clay because it dried out. Now, I'm not sure if that's when he first collected it, did it look like that? Or after it being packaged and shipped, it dried up like this is, a lot of little balls. You know what I mean? So what I did was I crushed this. And I crushed it, and I got it down a lot. So maybe I freed up some extra gold. This is natural lode mine gold from his mine, the Colorado mine, which is very lucrative for him. So there might be a lot of free mill, a lot of gold that I loosened up from breaking up all those pieces of decomposing bedrock and clay balls, and I did see some quartz, but I mean it got really dirty now, so you can't see nothing. It got extremely red. You really can't see anything. Everything just got really covered in this red. So this is probably another one of the strangest pay dirts I did, just because the odd color of it. But I'm excited. Gold Bay does have one of the highest ROIs per cost of the bag, and this is one of his most original true panning material pay dirts, so I'm pretty excited about that. The possibility of natural occurring gold beyond what he added is, you know, there's a high possibility. So let me pan this up. I doubt I'm going to be shooting a video of me panning this, because it's just going to be too dirty. And too much time and changing waters, but I'll come back with the results and my final thoughts on Gold Bay's Rare Red Clay Colorado Gold Pay Dirt. All right, guys, I'm back. Just finished panning out Gold Bay's Colorado Red Clay Pay Dirt. And man, this stuff was completely filthy. What an absolute mess. It was so dirty, it was unbelievable. I never changed the water once. I went hard. I did it. I got all the gold out. And it was an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But it will definitely challenge your panning skills. 100%. Guaranteed a gram. Can't complain. Cost was $57.95. Shipping is in that charge. So it was something like $7 or something like that shipping. But I'll have it in my description page. And I told you guys in the beginning of the video the cost. All in all, there was a lot of fine gold. So, I mean, if you're going to buy this pay dirt, I would definitely be on, you know, the caution side with, you know, doing a procedure like what I did. I dried this pay dirt out first. Then I put it in a bucket. I added nuts and bolts and ball bearings, whatever metal I had, heavy. And I started shaking the bucket real violently to break up all the clay balls and to break up all the decomposing bedrock and whatever was stuck to the quartz and rocks. And I made it, you know, I made it manageable. And I probably found a little more fine gold that wasn't added, that was naturally occurring. Not something that's going to tip the scale. It may not even register, but it makes it fun because you actually finding gold you would have probably lost. And I'm going to assume a lot of people who did this pay dirt lost that gold. But I had a blast. Let's get into the numbers. Tear it out. There she goes. A little nugget in there. Okay. Let's give it 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. So we got 1.04 grams of gold. So at today's spot number, 1.04 grams of gold cost $40.44 for an ROI of 70%. This bag of pay dirt cost $57.95. Gold value was $40.44 for an ROI of 70%. So I lost $17.51. Not that bad. Dave does claim to have the highest ROI to cost ratio. 70% is not the highest out there, but you know, it's good. It's good. It definitely is. I have some quartz here. This, you know, usually you don't find this in Dave's stuff. You know, when I was doing it, you know, a lot of it was filler, but he changed. And that's definitely an A+. Something you don't see all the time, you know, like I've done enough of Dave's pay dirt to know what his bags were like, and I'm happy to see a change in something like this. You know, this is really tough pay dirt to pan, but it's a pleasure because it's another experience you could put under your belt. You know, you actually panned real red clay mined pay dirt from the Colorado mine of California. So if you ever encounter something like that out in the field, you already got experience with it. And if you can't encounter it, or you never will because you're a veteran who's old or something like that, you can't get out, or if you're in a state who don't have that ability to go out and get your own gold, or your disability, you have, you have some kind of disability, or anything that's holding you back, that's out of your, that's not in your whole ordeal, and you can't actually go out and get it, this is the way to learn. And this is the way to actually feel that experience. So let's check out the gold, and you guys can see, nice amount of fine gold. I mean, nice amount. That nugget right there is 1/3 of a gram. Let's show the guys. Let's show you. There you go. 0.33 grams of gold. Nice little picker. Can't complain. So most of this gold is placer gold. There is some lode mine gold in here, as you can see. This piece right here. This is naturally probably from the mine. You can see the clay is still in there and the host rock, which is really, really cool. I like that. Nice picker right here. I showed you. There's a lot of big pieces of gold in here. But like I wanted to say, there's a whole bunch of fine gold in here. And a lot of that could be lost if you're not experienced enough to actually find it in that clay. So I don't think Dave added all those fines. I think they are naturally occurring. But that's about it. So I enjoyed it. If you want to go get yourself a bag of this, check in my description page. You'll see the link there. I remember I used Marty Schottenheimer to buy this bag, so I didn't use my name. So that's about it. If you guys want to help support the channel, go check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Golden Paydirt Reviews. You can also always donate to the channel at paypal.me/Martin Mastrangelo. Or if you have any fan mail or anything you want to mail me, my address is always in the description page, as of all the links to everything I just said are in the description page. So beyond that, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I had a blast. Until then, it's another review done by Golden Paydirt Reviews. Have a nice day or a nice night. God bless and happy hunting. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.